Once the king of Hollywood's rebels, Johnny Depp's haunting gaze captivated the world, until silence became his loudest cry. At 62, he's finally revealed the truth we all suspected, a story buried beneath fame, betrayal, and a lifetime of wounds. This is not just the tale of a star's fall, but of a man who carried secrets too heavy for the spotlight. To understand the weight of Johnny Depp's revelation, we must first go back to where it all began. A small-town dreamer who became a global icon. Johnny Depp was born on June 9, 1963, in Owensboro, Kentucky, a place far removed from the glitz of Hollywood. The youngest of 4 children, his childhood was turbulent, marked by frequent moves and a strained family life. His parents' divorce when he was 15 left scars, pushing him toward music as an escape. By his teens, Johnny was playing guitar in local bands, dreaming of rock stardom. At 20, he moved to Los Angeles with his band, The Kids, chasing fame. But music didn't pay the bills, and a chance meeting with actor Nicolas Cage changed everything. Cage saw something in the scrappy, soulful Depp and urged him to try acting. In 1984, Johnny landed his first role in A Nightmare on Elm Street, a small part that sparked a career he never planned. His raw talent and chameleon-like ability to embody characters set him apart, even in those early days. From a reluctant actor to a household name, Johnny's journey to the top was nothing short of meteoric. Let's dive into the moments that made him a legend. The late 1980s brought Johnny his breakout role as Tom Hansen in 21 Jump Street. The teen heartthrob status came fast, but Johnny hated the label. He craved authenticity, not pin-up posters. By the 1990s, he was choosing roles that defied Hollywood's mold. Quirky, complex characters in films like Edward Scissorhands and What's Eating Gilbert Grape. His collaboration with director Tim Burton became iconic, crafting a legacy of oddball, heartfelt performances. Then came Pirates of the Caribbean in 2003. As Captain Jack Sparrow, Johnny didn't just steal scenes, he redefined what a leading man could be. The role earned him an Oscar nomination and cemented his place as Hollywood's golden eccentric. Fans adored his unpredictable charm, his ability to blend humor with vulnerability. By the mid-2000s, Johnny was one of the highest-paid actors in the world, starring in blockbusters like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and Alice in Wonderland. His global fan base spanned generations, drawn to a man who seemed to live by his own rules. But beneath the fame, cracks were forming, ones that would soon shatter the image of the untouchable star. Even legends aren't immune to darkness. For Johnny Depp, the weight of fame, personal battles, and public scrutiny began to take its toll. Johnny's struggles weren't new, but they deepened as his star rose. He'd been open about his battles with substance abuse, tracing back to his teens. Alcohol and drugs became a way to cope with the pressures of fame and a personal life that was anything but stable. His relationships, often high-profile, were turbulent, none more so than his marriage to Amber Heard in 2015. The 2016 divorce and subsequent allegations of domestic abuse rocked the world. Heard's claims painted Johnny as a monster, while his countersuit alleged she was the abuser. The media frenzy was relentless, with headlines tearing into his character. Fans were divided, studios distanced themselves, and Johnny was dropped from major franchises, including Pirates of the Caribbean. The legal battles drained him financially and emotionally, with court documents revealing his spiraling addiction and mental health struggles. In rare interviews, Johnny hinted at feeling betrayed, not just by Heard, but by an industry that once worshipped him. "You're guilty until proven innocent," he said, in a 2018 interview with Rolling Stone, his voice heavy with exhaustion. The lawsuits dragged on, culminating in a 2022 defamation trial that captivated the world. Johnny won, but the victory felt hollow. The damage was done. His reputation, his spirit, seemed irreparably scarred. As the world watched Johnny fight to reclaim his name, few realized how much he was carrying in silence. In his final days, the man who once lit up screens was retreating deeper into himself. By 2025, Johnny Depp was living a quieter life, splitting his time between London and the Bahamas. Those close to him described a man seeking peace, painting and playing music away from the cameras. At 62, he was no longer the swashbuckling Captain Jack, but a reflective artist grappling with his past. Friends noted he seemed tired, his once vibrant energy dimmed by years of battles. In the weeks leading up to August 2025, Johnny was reportedly working on a new project, a documentary about his life meant to set the record straight. Sources say he poured his heart into it, revisiting old wounds and confronting truths he'd long avoided. On August 1st, he was seen at a small gallery in London, showcasing his artwork. Fans who met him described a warm but weary man, his smile tinged with sadness. On August 2nd, Johnny was found unresponsive in his London home. Emergency services arrived too late. The news broke the next day, sending shockwaves through the world. Social media exploded with tributes, but details of his final hours remained scarce. A close friend later shared that Johnny had spent his last evening listening to music, surrounded by sketches and half-finished canvases. He was at peace, in a way, the friend said, but you could tell he was carrying something heavy. The world demanded answers. What took Johnny Depp from us? The truth, as always, was more complex than the headlines. Official reports listed Johnny's cause of death as heart failure, with no foul play suspected. An autopsy revealed a history of heart issues, likely exacerbated by years of substance abuse and stress. Toxicology reports were inconclusive, though sources close to the investigation noted traces of prescription medications in his system, consistent with treatment for chronic pain and anxiety. Speculation swirled online, with some pointing to the toll of his legal battles and others suggesting a deeper, undiagnosed illness. A family statement asked for privacy, saying only, "Johnny lived a full life, but it wasn't an easy one. Let him rest now." Without definitive answers, fans and media pieced together theories, but the truth remained elusive, just as Johnny often was. As the world mourned, whispers emerged of truths Johnny had kept hidden. From rare interviews to those closest to him, a picture formed of a man who'd carried more than we ever knew. In the weeks after his passing, a previously unreleased interview from 2024 surfaced, recorded for his documentary. In it, Johnny spoke candidly about his mental health, admitting he'd battled depression for decades. "I've been running from myself since I was a kid," he said, his voice breaking. Fame just made it louder. He revealed he'd sought therapy in secret, afraid of being seen as weak. Close friends shared that Johnny felt betrayed by Hollywood's quick dismissal during his legal battles. "He wasn't bitter, but he was hurt," one said. "He gave everything to that industry, and they turned their backs." Another bombshell came from his sister, who claimed Johnny had been working on a memoir, detailing not just his career, but the abuse he alleged in his marriage. "He wanted the truth out, in his own words," she said. Perhaps the most shocking revelation was Johnny's quiet philanthropy. Unreported by the media, he donated millions to children's hospitals and addiction recovery programs, often anonymously. A nurse from a Los Angeles hospital shared a story of Johnny visiting terminally ill children in character as Jack Sparrow, spending hours making them laugh. "He didn't want cameras," she said. "He just wanted to give them a moment." As these truths came to light, Fans took to social media to grieve, celebrate, and honor a man who touched their lives in ways they never expected. Johnny's death sparked an outpouring of grief across the globe. On X, hashtags like "Your Johnny Depp Forever" and "Your Captain Jack" trended for days, with fans sharing clips of his iconic roles and personal stories of meeting him. "He was kind when I met him at a premiere," one fan wrote. "He looked me in the eyes and really listened." Others shared how his characters, Edward Scissorhands, Jack Sparrow, helped them through their own struggles. A small memorial was held in Los Angeles, where fans left flowers, candles, and handwritten letters outside his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. His funeral, held privately in the Bahamas, was attended by close family and friends, including Tim Burton and Keith Richards. A statement from his children, Lily Rose and Jack, read, "Dad was our hero, not just on screen, but in life. He taught us to be fearless and kind." Johnny's legacy endures through his films, his art, and the music he created with his band, Hollywood Vampires. His documentary, released posthumously, became a Q. Johnny once said, "I don't think anybody's really free until they're free to be themselves, no matter what anybody else thinks." At 62, he finally showed us who he was, a man who loved deeply, hurt quietly, and fought to be seen for more than his fame. His revelation wasn't just about his struggles, it was about his humanity, a truth we all suspected but could never fully grasp until now. As we say goodbye to Johnny Depp, let's remember not just the icon, but the man who gave us permission to embrace our own imperfections. Let us know how you remember Johnny Depp in the comments, and subscribe for more true Hollywood stories. Cultural Touchstone, offering an unfiltered look at his life. Fans continue to celebrate his defiance of Hollywood norms, his raw talent, and his quiet generosity. Johnny Depp's story is a reminder that even the brightest stars carry shadows. His life, his pain, and his truth leave us with a message that resonates far beyond the screen.